Good morning. I am Rebecca Thomas, Chair and Program Director of the Department of Physician Assistant Studies. Family and friends, Provost Veit, Dean McDonald, Keynote Speaker Coombe, faculty, and students of the PA Class of 2026. Welcome to the PCOM PA Class of 2026 White Coat Ceremony. This time I'd ask you all to please be seated. And I'd ask Dr. Veit, Provost of the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, to approach the podium and say a few words.
Thank you so much, Dr. Thomas. I thought we were going to stand the whole time, so I'm glad everybody sat down. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, President Feldstein, our faculty from all our various programs, I want to welcome everyone here today for the White Coat Ceremony for the PA Class of 2026. You've been largely focused on yourself, and now there's going to be a huge shift. And that focus has to shift not to yourself, but to what you signed up for. And what you signed up for is hard. It's interesting because the history of the white coat ceremonies, it wasn't that long ago there was no such thing as a white coat ceremony for anyone. I would say maybe 25, 30 years ago, a Dr. Gold out of New York had a relatively wealthy patient. And he was a family doctor in the urban areas of New York, but he did have some wealthy patients who decided to set up a foundation. And that foundation generated the first white coat ceremonies because Dr. Gold felt that students in the healthcare disciplines need to start thinking as a clinician from day one and not wait to graduation or wait to the experiential clerkship years. So he set up a small foundation, and next thing you know, it started off at one medical school, and then it went to 2 medical schools, then it went to 5 medical schools, and pretty soon the whole world of medical education had white coat ceremonies with the common goal of making students think what they signed up for. Then obviously it spread to the PA profession and all the white coats professions, rightfully so. So this white coat ceremony is relatively new, but at the core, it's still reminding us what we signed up for. It is so important that you philosophically start shifting into your patients, because ultimately what we do this for is not for ourselves, it is for our patients. The last thought I have is, as you go through your hard studies, and it will be hard, please not only take care of your patients, you take care of yourselves. And also, remember, good luck in your studies, work hard, but you are here for the common good. I want to congratulate each of you. I'm looking forward to seeing you take this white coat on. And remember, now it's interesting because when I do my clinical work, I always wear my white coat. Now maybe I'm old guard. I've seen more and more clinicians not wear their white coat. And I think you'll see that too as you go to your clerkships. It's almost like a dying brand. I think it's an important brand because I think that white coat symbolizes something to your patients that nothing else quite does. And so I encourage you, even if your peers are not wearing your white coat, think about what it means to your patients, what it means about the trust they put in you. And so therefore, I'm a big advocate of keeping the white coat alive in the patient treatment room. So again, best of luck to each of you, and look forward to seeing you in a very short time at the graduation ceremonies, right? Take care.
Thank you, Dr. Veit. There is arguably no other workplace clothing as symbolic as the white coat. It has become a standard of professionalism and caring, and a visual reminder of the trust that we as physician assistants must earn from our patients. A study was done at the University of Michigan evaluating patient response to provider attire. In this study, more than 4,000 patients were surveyed at 10 U.S. academic medical centers. The survey included photographs of a male and a female provider dressed in 7 different forms of attire. Results of the study indicated that provider clothing affects patients' impressions and satisfaction with the care they receive. Results of the study indicated that provider clothing influenced patients' impressions, their satisfaction, and that those providers that wore a white coat over business attire were deemed more knowledgeable, trustworthy, caring, and approachable. Interestingly, this medical setting influenced patient response. So individuals that were wearing scrubs with or without a white coat, there was increased acceptance of that by patients if they were in the emergency department, a critical care unit, or a surgical unit. What we wear is an easy thing to modify. You embody the white coat. It will only require a brief encounter for the patient to see beyond the white coat and decide if you are the person that exemplifies the traits that the white coat symbolizes. Developing and refining your character is not easy, but is essential. It requires conscious effort and commitment. It is important to understand and appreciate that the practice of medicine hinges on the patient-provider relationship. From initial introductions, PAs work to build rapport and develop a partnership that enables the provision of patient-centered care. Patient-centered care encompasses being respectful of and responsive to individual patient preferences, values, and needs. It encourages the active collaboration and shared decision-making between patients and providers to design and manage a customized and comprehensive care plan. I encourage you to listen carefully and ponder the words and advice shared with you today, as it is my hope that today's ceremony will begin to help you in framing the style of medicine that you will practice. At this time, I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Ashley Coombe. Ashley Coombe earned a Bachelor of Science in Health Education and Promotion from Towson University in 2021. Most recently, Ashley earned her Master of Science in Health Sciences degree in Physician Assistant Studies from PCOM in July 2024. Ashley was the Sarah Summers Rubert Humanitarian Award recipient. This award recognizes a physician assistant graduate who demonstrated an ongoing commitment to those in need. The recipient exemplifies the philosophy of healthcare service and compassion above self. Ashley Coombe.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas. Good morning, PCOM PA class of 2026, our distinguished faculty, proud family, and friends. We have gathered here today to celebrate and witness the class of 2026 receive their white coat. It is an incredible honor for me to stand before you today as we celebrate a pivotal milestone in your journey. I am deeply humbled to be part of this special day where we recognize not just your achievements, but also the dedication, hard work, and the passion that brought you to this point. When I was presented with the opportunity to be your keynote speaker, I was extremely honored. But I must admit, I felt a bit perplexed about what to say. Public speaking has never been my strongest suit, so please bear with me if you hear my voice crack. However, my excitement to share this moment with you outweighs any nerves. As I stand here today, I remember being in your shoes, sitting in the third row right over there, excited to receive my white coat. I had just made it through my first term of PA school, just like you all have. And I'm not gonna lie, my first term was very challenging. There were moments when I questioned whether I would even make it to the white coat ceremony. But that term helped me set a solid foundation for how to approach the rest of PA school. During that time, I learned something invaluable. The faculty here truly care about us and want to see us succeed. They are here for you, ready to have one-on-one meetings to ensure you understand the material and feel prepared for your exams. I also realized that my fellow classmates were rooting for me too. Whether it was spending extra hours in the anatomy lab together or quizzing each other for practical exams. We were all in this together. We wanted to see each other succeed, and that meant supporting one another. So, my advice to you is to look after one another. Nurture the bonds that you form with your classmates. PA school is a team effort, and only you know what each of you are truly going through. If your strength is someone else's weakness, help them. Lean on each other. Celebrate each other's success, and be there in times of need. Excuse me. The support you provide for one another will be crucial as you navigate the challenges and triumphs of this journey. There's a unique strength in knowing that you're not alone, that your classmates are rooting for you just as much as you're rooting for them. This sense of community is not only comforting, but also essential. Whether it's a late-night study session or a quick pep talk before an exam, these moments of support will carry you through. Another lesson I took to heart during that first term was the importance of relying on my friends and family. You'll call them to cry, to laugh, and to celebrate passing exams. You might even use them to prepare for your H&P practical exams, asking them to pretend they have left knee pain or some other condition. Remember, it takes a village to succeed, and I want you to utilize your village. Another important lesson that became clear to me was the importance of being flexible with my learning styles. The way I studied in undergrad was not always effective in PA school. My learning styles evolved depending on the course. The way I studied for H&P was different from how I approached clinical medicine, which was different from how I tackled pharmacology. And that's okay. What works for you might not work for others, and it's important not to be afraid to change your learning style if it isn't working. Adaptability is key to thriving in this environment and will serve you well, not just in school, but throughout your career as a PA. In addition to adaptability, resilience and perseverance are key components of success. There will be times when you feel overwhelmed, when there are 3 exams in a week, and you're tired of drinking Celsius or Red Bull and tired of pulling all-nighters. But remember that you are capable of more than you think. Remember the reason you chose to pursue this journey, your why for PA school. You've already overcome so much to get to this point, and you will continue to rise to the challenges that come your way. As you embark on the next phase of your education and career, remember that the journey ahead will not always be easy. There will be moments of doubt, stress, and even exhaustion. But in those moments, I urge you to remember the lessons you've already learned, just as I did during my first term. Your faculty members are not just here to teach you. They are here to guide and support you. Don't hesitate to reach out. Ask questions or seek help. Their dedication to your success is unwavering, and they will be your strongest allies as you navigate this challenging yet rewarding path. The support system you build within PA school will mirror the relationships you'll cultivate with your future patients. Just as you've relied on your village, your patients will rely on you. They will come to you not just for medical expertise, but for your compassion, empathy, and understanding. In healthcare, we are often faced with cases where the right answers are not always clear, where textbook knowledge meets the complexities of real life. It's in those moments that your ability to listen, to empathize, and to connect with your patients will make all the difference. Never underestimate the power of compassionate care. It is what will set you apart as a provider. With the white coat comes great responsibility. It is a symbol of trust that patients will place in you. And with that trust comes the duty to uphold the highest ethical standards. Every decision you make, every interaction you have, will reflect your commitment to these values. Remember that learning doesn't stop with the white coat. Medicine is a constantly evolving field, and part of your responsibility is to stay curious, to continue growing, and to never lose sight of the reason you chose this path, to make a difference in the lives of others. As you move forward, hold on to these lessons and let them guide you. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. You have your faculty, your classmates, your family, and friends, all rooting for your success. And most importantly, you have the compassion, resilience, and strength within yourself to make a profound difference in the world. As you don your white coats today, wear them with pride and humility. Remember that this is not just a symbol of your achievement, but a commitment to the journey ahead, a journey filled with learning, compassion, and unwavering pursuit of excellence. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You've earned this moment, and I look forward to seeing the incredible impact you will make in the world and calling you my colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing those thoughtful words with us. Now, we will help each of you into your white coats. Please line up one row at a time and come forward as your name is called. As a courtesy, please hold your applause until all names have been called and students have received their white coats. Will the first row of the class of 2026 please rise and approach the front of the stage? As your name is called, please walk across the stage and stand in front of the coding faculty.
Raneem Abushar. Gianna Abruzzi. Anna Christine Akalaitis. Nicholas John Bielo. Sydney Bowman. Madeline Nicole Bristow. Madeline D. Brodsky. Hope Patricia Brown. Sean Joseph Bustinowitz. Alyssa Claycomb. Valerie Angela Cruz. Bryn Dana. Sima Dean. Caitlin Taylor Doolin. Riley M. Durborough. Jem Adi Riwira. Fiona Evans. Teresa Freisleben. Lauren Grave. Rajani Chakravarti Guditi. Tran Ha. Ashley Bella Hagedorn. Boyd Cullen Hartpence. Rowan Hayes. Benjamin G. Herthler. Jenna Hopkins. Corey Ryland Hummerston. Joanna Kalpazanova. Grace Colette Cruson. Emily Elizabeth Lenkowski. Haley Scott Levengood. Jessica Long. Joshua Robert Lutz. Ellery Malum. May San Martino. Kennedy McClellan. Jocelyn McDonald. Emily Sel Malloy. Naomi Mendoza. Michael Matthew Myers. Rhea Nuggin. Annalise Pham. Nicole Alexandra Pollard. Catherine Elizabeth Rittmayer. William Robinson. Ali Ross. Megan Elizabeth Santiago. Elizabeth Schleier. Monica Cyan. Carrie Leanne Seibel. Hoda Tantawi. Teresa Alice Thomas. Amy Elizabeth Thompson. Lauren Hope Stewart. Kelsey Toole. Kaylor Townsend. Alice Knock Vo. Kayla Marie Warren. Brianna Erica Wesley. Daniel Caprari. Forum Jitendra Godashara.
I would like you to consider the significance of receiving your white coat and the oath that you... Thanks. And the oath that you will pledge in the next few minutes. You are being entrusted with a tremendous responsibility and privilege. In some instances, you will work with patients and families during their most vulnerable times. You will deliver news that will alter their normal indefinitely. While you may become accustomed to the disappointment and tragedy and joy and relief, it will be deeply personal to the patients and families that you serve. I caution you to not become desensitized by all the extraneous aspects of the job. Do not replace the practice of medicine with the business of medicine. Rather, be cognizant of the impact of your actions as you progress through school and throughout your career. Your actions are far-reaching, extending beyond the patient to family and friends. Now, I would like to invite Jolene Bohinski, Associate Professor, to lead you in the Pledge of Professionalism.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas. Students, we will now recite together the Pledge of Professionalism. It's printed in your brochure for you to follow along. I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-malfeasance, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession, These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor.
Physician Assistant Class of 2026, I have a question for you. It's not anything that you would expect me to ask you today. Do you want to be a ship or do you want to be a submarine? Ships sit on the water, and as long as the waters are calm, the ship is calm. But ships are influenced by the environment around them. When the winds come and the waters get rough, the ship will get tossed around and become unsteady. The calmness of the ship depends upon surrounding factors and is only surface deep. In contrast, a submarine is not influenced by the surrounding environment. Weather conditions can only affect water depths of about 25 feet. A submarine is carefully constructed, equipping it to be submerged as much as 500 feet. The design of the submarine and integral elements in the construction of the submarine enable it to go deeper, to make consistent advancement toward accomplishing the mission, and to be calm regardless of the surrounding environment. You all are bright. I think you know the right answer. You want to be a submarine. There are 3 integral elements that I believe are essential in you becoming a submarine. These elements, or character qualities, will enable you to traverse tumultuous times while remaining calm. Establish patient-provider relationships that lead to enhanced quality care, and exemplify the traits that the white coat symbolizes. The first is integrity. People of integrity possess strong moral principles. They are honest, dependable, and exercise good judgment. The second is humility. Acting with humility is demonstrating respect for others and the value that their insight and experience can add to a situation. It is placing others above oneself. The third is courage. Courage requires the mental and moral strength to try, persevere, and endure times of uncertainty and difficulty. It is action in the face of fear. I would like to remind you that with great challenge comes great opportunity. You will undoubtedly be faced with multiple challenges over the next 2-year period. Recognize, however, that the opportunities which exist as a result of your dedication and attitude will be abundant. So I challenge you to consider the character qualities that were discussed today and commit to continually grow and strive to be that individual. Finally, family and friends. There are no free passes being handed out today or over the next 2 years. You have your work cut out for you as well. Your job will require grace, keen insight, perspective, and unconditional support. Your services will be in greatest need when your PA student is succumbing to fatigue, stress, and self-doubt. Just as they expect themselves to be on for every exam day, you too will be expected to be on for each and every mini meltdown. Be gracious in your dealings with them, as you will be the likely recipient of their stress and fatigue. Recognize that your keen insight will be needed to become an expert at reading the situation and responding accordingly. Knowing when to be silent, when to speak, and what to say will become your new art form. Offering perspective is hugely important. You will witness substantial growth in their knowledge and maturity over these 2 years. Their transformation will be astounding and evoke immense pride within you. The challenge is that they are so immersed in this process that it becomes incredibly difficult for them to recognize their own progress. In their minds, there is so much more to learn, something else that still needs to be done, and everyone around them knows more. You need to offer them encouragement and help them to see their accomplishments along the way. Lastly, support comes in many forms. Sending a Dunkin' Donuts gift card during exams or a care package of study snacks can make their world go round and never disappoints. This is an exciting time for them and for you. Never underestimate the vital role that you will play in their success. Thank you all for joining us to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. So, this concludes our program. I'm going to ask that all of our guests remain seated until the faculty and students have completed the recessional. At that time, we will have the students gather outside for a group picture. We ask that the families remain in the room for a few minutes, and allow the photographer to take the class photo without disruption. Okay? So we're going to stay in the room, families. Hang out. All right? And with that, thank you. And recessional, ready?